Alright, time to check out this new Pokemon trailer. Oh my gosh! So the Pokemon Sun and Moon information just dropped today as of recording this, and oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's so great. So I wanted to devote an episode to breaking down this starter reveal trailer and getting all the little bits and details I can, and also throwing some speculation. And we've got a lot of ground to cover and not a whole lot of time for me to put together this video. So I gotta go ahead and get started. So here we go. Alright, right here at the beginning of the trailer we can see your player character, at least the male protagonist, and we get a look at what this game is going to look like, because that is basically what the character is going to look like. And we also see some things in the room, like that Pikachu plush in the back. Don't think it means anything, just think it's cool. And this just shows how graphically amazing this game is going to be right off the bat. Alright, moving on. So this screen gives us a couple little details. Like, for one, we now have nameplates on characters. I don't know if this will be on every character. I assume probably just important ones. And if the nameplate still is there on regular NPCs, it'll probably be a generic name, such as like old man, child, stuff like that. Another detail is that he addressed you as cousin. Now, he could be saying this in a very general sense, but I think it's more likely that this guy's actually your cousin, which would be quite interesting, as Pokemon has never had extended family featured in the main games. You rarely even have a dad. So, interesting notion to think that we might have more of our own family members in this. Here's a couple more scenes of our character running throughout the village and town and routes or whatever, and man, this game looks gorgeous. I just have to say it one more time. So this is the beginning of the scene that introduced us to our starter Pokemon, but I want to pause real quick on these two characters. I'm pretty sure the man in the back with the lab coat was the cousin that you were talking to earlier. We only got a side view of him, but he looks quite similar. Now the man up front is what I'm really interested in learning. From what I've been able to see, his name is Hala, which I looked up is not a type of tree, so it appears he's not your professor. But likely, my theory is that he's an acquaintance or friend of the professor of this region and has agreed to pass on the Pokemon to you and your rival, or just you, and start you on your journey. That's right, everybody, we have our 3 starters, and my lord do they look beautiful. Now let's break them down. For starters, we have Rowlet. Now this little adorable guy is taking the internet by storm, and I love him. He's so cute. And he's also grass flying. He's the first time that we've had a starter Pokemon be a dual type since Bulbasaur back in Generation 1. You also might notice that he quickly turns his head 180 degrees, which is a little interesting detail, and I love it very much. Now, what's also interesting is that the attack that he uses is a brand new move. This new move is called Leafage. It appears to be a simple grass type attack similar to Ember and Water Gun, which the other 2 stars will have. And it's an interesting little concept that we got our very first attack as a little tiny detail in this interesting trailer. Next up is Litten, the Fire Cat. And I fell in love with this guy almost immediately. I'm all about this guy. So he starts as base fire, but based on his design, a lot of people are assuming he's going to be dark. And I can probably jump on board with that. Another couple possible ideas, though unlikely, I can see him becoming a ghost based on his coloring, or theoretically another psychic type, though I think dark is probably the best candidate for his dual typing. He starts off with a weak fire move like Owlet with Leafage, and his is Ember. One little detail you may have noticed about Litten, though, is that when he attacks, the hair on his back spikes up real quick, like a scared cat, and I think it's a lovely little detail. our last starter is Poplio, the water sea lion. Now this little guy is really cute as well. He also does a little do-do-do pose when he pops out. I assume that's his starting stance, and it's just so adorable. He starts off with a water gun. Now, as for typing, he stays base water, and his design doesn't give us many clues as to what he may be. Now, of course, I have a couple theories. I can see him easily turning into a water and psychic type based off of his design, or possibly a water and ice type. I'm not sure how likely those are, but I can definitely see them being present and being things that this thing could turn into. And here we get a picture of our region, the Alola region, which is obviously based off of Hawaii, or at least that is what's very much probably the case. And frankly, I can't wait to explore this. It's going to be amazing. Here we have a few more scenes of the spectacular animation and quality that this game has. It is looking absolutely beautiful, and if the whole game looks as amazing as this, I don't even have words for it. I'm so stoked. And boom, we have our legendary Pokemon. Here we have the mascot of Pokemon Sun. Now, we don't have any confirmed names for these guys yet. A while back, we did get a possible leak of 2 trademarks registered for the legendaries. The Pokemon Sun mascot picture here is theoretically called Solgaleo. I'm probably butchering that. And frankly, he looks absolutely terrifying, and I'm falling in love with him. I think he's likely going to be a fire type based off the box art of Pokemon Sun, but no promises there. He could easily be any number of typings. Other candidates I can see is possibly part psychic, possibly part fairy, and here we have the mascot of Pokemon Moon. Now, the leaked trademark we got a while back has his name as Lunala, which is quite an interesting Pokemon. There's a lot going on here, and I'm loving it. And its typing eludes me even more than Solgaleo. So my possible hypotheses are Ghost, Dark, Psychic, Fairy, Flying. So many possibilities. And I'm interested to find out more about this. There's so much here. That's right, guys. We have a confirmed release date, November 18th, 2016. I can guarantee you I know what I'm doing that day. This is going to be my game of the year, and I'm so stoked to see it and to play it, and I can't wait. Man, is this going to be a good game. Let me know in the comments below how hyped for this game you are. I'm over the moon right now, and I love this trailer so much. There's so much going on. Regardless of what's in this trailer, Sun and Moon is going to be a phenomenal game, and I'm so excited to see it. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and before I go, I just want to say, sorry I haven't posted anything. I've been a bit busy. I was going to get something done over the course of April, but there are a couple things that got in the way. They're good things. It wasn't major issues, but they happened and they took time away from what I could work on here. I'm wrapping up the end of my senior year of high school, so after a couple more days of hard work, I'll be able to take things a bit more easier, and I'll be able to crank out some good videos for you guys other than these news updates. And thank you guys for your continued watching, and one more time, goodbye.